Hey folks, hope you guys are having a good day out there. Get a couple levels adjusted here. It's been a wild week. One of the strangest weeks I remember. But you know, people falling out of planes, that was like 4 or 5 days ago. So it doesn't, I mean, that's forever ago. Doesn't really matter, you know? Alright, we're going to play some games today. Have a little bit of fun. I don't have a tier today because I didn't really have enough time to prep. Prep for one. That just happens sometimes. So, hope you guys are having a good one. I don't know what there's too much to talk about outside of all the craziness in the world, and I don't have like a whole lot of commentary on that. So, not today anyways. I guess if I... It's not that I haven't been paying attention. I think I've actually made some efforts to pay a little bit less attention. Because, you know, the news... Where's this cable I'm looking for? Here it is. Gotta find the right cable for my Vita. The news is one of these things where the information that you get today may be very inaccurate tomorrow. And actually, I think the pandemic is probably one of the best examples of this, because the science changed. You may have heard something like this, like the science changed. If the science changed, what's to say that the science today is correct? And once you understand that, that really opens up the whole world of what news reporting actually is, which is, even in its most honest state, it's reporting what we think is accurate and correct today. And the things that are reported may be inaccurate tomorrow, which means most published news is actually false. It's not correct. And it's not correct because even with honest use of news, the nature of things evolves. It changes as you discover more. So the science changed. We all remember that it was like masks are useless, and then now you got a double, triple mask. I'm not taking Trump's vaccine. Now you have to take the vaccine or we'll throw you in a camp, or, we'll make it so you can't even operate in the economy. These sort of flip-flopping things have a lot more to do with politics than science or anything like that. But just as take 1 year as an example, is the science always correct? And I've noticed that people who are part of the new clericalism that is science, people are like, trust the science. This is an appeal to clericalism. That's like saying, St. Thomas Aquinas said it, and that's good enough for me. But science doesn't work that way, because you're constantly evolving what the nature of what you're talking about actually is, or what you're discovering actually is. So we just look at it with global warming. In the 1970s and 80s, even early 80s, there was this fear of global cooling, that we were putting a bunch of soot into the atmosphere. It was reflecting off the sun, blocking the sun out, and that was going to cause an ice age. And then it flip-flopped. Oh, now it's global warming. And then it got changed into climate change. And you can never take a step back and be like, well, maybe I don't really have a reason to believe the science is accurate now if it was never accurate in the past. And so as far as predictability goes, science is very temporal. It's whatever scientists are trying to discover is very much in the present, and what may be in the future may be very, very different. So the whole idea of the science changed and you should trust the science, why should I trust that when we know it's going to be different next year? If you take a snapshot of today with all the pandemic stuff and then compare it to what's going to be next year you're probably going to have like nobody sick with coronavirus, at least anyway. It's going to be like a non-functioning, or they'll be talking about some Sigma, Delta, Omega variant that doesn't really make people very sick. But they're still going to be trying to sell you the DLC vaccine. And I'm wondering when they'll just come out with like a DLC subscription service, subscription service for vaccines where, you pay $29.99 a month and you get as many inoculations as you want. You guys can't ride on planes unless you buy 4, 5, 6, 7 inoculations from Pfizer, from these mega corporations. It's so dystopian and it's so opaque. It's weird that people don't see it. It's weird that people can't just say like, well, I don't think that you should make a condition of me operating in the economy based on the fact that I'm not, I should only be allowed to operate in the economy if I'm buying products from mega corporations. What's next? You don't have a Netflix subscription. Of course you can't fly on this plane. So anyway, this is a really good example of how the way that news operates is that it's actually mostly false. And so with Afghanistan, we don't really know the whole picture or what's going on, and we'll discover things that are possibly worse, possibly better as time goes on, which means what was reported the day of is going to be inaccurate. And whatever little false flag attacks were happening, that's going to be the same thing. Either they'll be forgotten or we'll discover who they were. It's going to be brushed under the rug, but people are going to remember that something bad happened. That's all they're going to remember. They remember that snapshot in time, and I think that's used to manipulate people a lot. You still have people who are going to at least remember emotionally, say, the kid from Covington High School, and remember that he was a horrible racist, even though all he did was smile as somebody beat a drum in his face. Right, and he got doxxed by the press and everything like that. People forget how these things resolve. They forget what happens afterwards. They remember the very attention-grabbing spike, and that's by design. That's one of the ways that propaganda is able to manipulate people while avoiding the problems of libel law. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Global warming. It's just... yeah, scientists are funded by governments and big corporations. Trust the science and just blindly obey. And also, people forget that science and scientists are not like without their own. There we go. They're not without their own desires, pressures, and kind of greeds. So they're going to do things maybe which are going to get them grant money. They're going to do things which are maybe going to get them attention. Just because they happen to have a degree in some scientific field doesn't mean they're not human and they're some special saintly cleric. It doesn't work that way. Just listened to a news segment of a public radio for a long time. I don't watch TV, and it dawned on me that every single word is propaganda, indoctrination, everything. Yeah, if you're listening to like NPR, especially here in the United States, NPR is bad. NPR is as propaganda as you can get. But they have very nice, softly spoken people that make you think that somehow it's a serious endeavor when it's absolutely not. And mass psychosis is a real thing. I mean, it's very true. Your reality. So I wrote an article on this, and I will basically give you the rundown. Your reality is how you interpret it. So people live in their own realities. Basically, you make your own reality. And this is in a metaphorical sense, but because of the way it operates, it's also really in a literal sense. So the first thing is you cannot perceive reality, right? Your senses perceive things, but all of reality is impossible for you to perceive because you're not God. You're not an omniscient being able to look at anything you want and comprehend everything at once if you want to, right? So you don't have either potential or constant omniscience. So you can't really perceive reality. What you could perceive is the limited sensory data that you are gathering from reality. But the thing is, even that may be too much. You think about all the sensory, all your nerves. You're not paying attention to your butt. Like, I'm not paying attention to my butt when I sit in the seat, but it's sensing the seat underneath me. but my brain turns it off. So your brain actively filters reality as well in order to focus on the elements of reality that are necessary for it to operate and for survival. So for instance, you don't want to listen to the baby crying in the next room while you're focusing on a task. So if you're used to kids crying like a parent, one of the things that happens is that you're in an airport and somebody starts crying about a complaining kid, and that's when you notice that the kid is crying. Because as a parent being around kids, you just start to tune out a lot of kid noises. You learn to not focus on them. But if you're not used to that, that's a novel sensation and it's hard to tune it out. But you do that all the time. You focus on maybe, you look at your phone, and while you're reading the text on your phone, you're really not looking at all the stuff around you. You have peripheral vision. It exists, but you're not really attending to it, so it actually doesn't exist. So you filter things. The other thing is that in order for you to operate in reality, you have to understand the context of what's happening in reality. So that really means that your sensory data has to be contextualized and fit into a model that predicts how things are going to operate. So if you see a tiger, if you're like a caveman seeing a tiger, you know that the tiger might eat you. So you run away or you attack the tiger, right? You have a model for how that tiger is going to operate. It's a giant predator. It might attack me and eat me. I better go ahead and attack it, right? And this works for the modern world too. You pull up to a stoplight, you look at a car, you perceive the car is moving towards the stoplight, you stop and wait for the car to go through. You don't run through the red light because you have a predictive model of how that car is going to work. The thing is, you have predictive models that can be actively promoted by your own mind. In other words, you can indulge in basically delusions. And if you're perceiving things in a deluded manner, that is still reality to you. So there's people that are living in an alternate reality that shares the same physical space as us. And in that alternate reality, there's this extremely dangerous pandemic going around that is killing people left and right. There's bodies dropping in the streets. Anybody could give it to them. They are trying to get vaccinated. They're wearing masks in hopes that the angel of death does not come in and gather their soul. They're basically painting lamb's blood over the door with their masks and their vaccines, hoping that they don't die of this thing. And then there's other people living in a reality where it's Saturday afternoon, and they're playing ball with their kids, or they're watching a stream on the internet, or they're playing a video game or something. It's normal. Like they have a perception of reality that just doesn't include that. That was something that was like, but you end up with this clash where you walk out in the world and then there's somebody wearing a mask and like being very afraid to be near people. And you're like, what's the deal? I'm not sick. You're not sick. Somebody's acting in an almost religious manner, but for them, their reality actually dictates that. It's the people who live in a reality where the United States was controlled by like a fascist dictator, and they stood up to him by voting him out of office, and he left. Right? That's their reality. That's the reality that they live in. So Trump derangement syndrome is actual derangement. It's not just derangement, it's delusion, where you are actively creating a reality that you reside in. And the thoughts of the mind can affect the way that you perceive reality. So the more you reinforce whatever you're thinking about, the more it's going to become your reality. So people who focus on the pandemic, they focus on this, they focus on whatever chaos in the world, whatever chaos the news is putting into their mind, that becomes their reality. They become completely subsumed by that reality because of the thought reinforcement. The thought reinforcement turns their filter into such a thing that they'll start to just not perceive information that goes against that. It's like it doesn't even reach their conscious mind. It just gets filtered out. It's just missing from the equation. And the fact that there's maybe sensory data lacking, they invent the sensory data. So the news can provide some amount of that sensory data. Here's people dying of this illness. They maybe have never met anybody who had the illness, maybe have never met anybody who died of the illness, certainly. I get this thing, if I hadn't had coronavirus last year, most of the people in my circle would know nobody who had it, other than like my neighbor who's a prison guard, and of course like prisoners ended up with it and things like that. So like most people in my family wouldn't know anybody that ever had coronavirus if I hadn't gotten it and my family hadn't gotten it. They would know nobody. So if we'd managed to avoid it, it'd be living in a reality where it could strike them at any time, but they'd never actually seen anybody who had it, and certainly didn't know anybody who died of it. So that's a thing that a lot of people have. It's like they don't know anybody who had it. I get it in the comments a lot too. It's like, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't believe it existed because I don't know anybody who had it. So anyway, yes, you make your own reality. So the point I want to make here is that, yes, there's people living in an alternate reality, and indeed, you can actually control your reality. So if you want to live in a reality where you live in a peaceful existence, that's really up to you. You could turn the news off because you know most of it's inaccurate. You can focus on the tasks that are in front of you, maintaining your garden, raising your children, feeding your chickens, whatever stuff is in your normal life, writing books, listening to music, exercising. So your life and the reality that you occupy really is up to you, and you can do things to control that. Limit your access to social media, get rid of social media, stop watching the news. That's going to take you out of that zombie land where people are putting a mask on instead of painting lamb's blood above their door, and put you in a reality that you want to actually live in. And so take that to the next level. Whatever you do in your life, whatever you do repeatedly, you are. If you exercise, you become a bodybuilder, you start to look good, all of those things have a manifesting effect in your life too. So yes, you do to a certain extent control the reality that you perceive. And because we can't perceive reality outside of our own senses, it really is like you make your own reality in this case. All right. All right, let's read some chat. In the end, our greatest enemy in the war in Afghanistan wasn't the Taliban, it was our own leadership. If that ain't true, if you look into the Afghanistan papers, you realize that from the beginning, the leadership really had no idea what was going on. It was completely, they didn't know even who the enemy was. They couldn't tell you who the enemy was. They couldn't tell you what the victory objectives were. They really could not tell you anything about what was going on in the war at all. It was completely people being led blind. Where are we? We're inside the forest right now, I think. Oh, we're going to go into the forest. Okay, that's where we're at here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not a third eye. So I have a chickenpox scar there, and then I got a pimple on it. So yeah, when I had chickenpox, I ended up with a scar right here from the chickenpox, and then I got a pimple on it. So yeah, then there's like a scab, I guess. And my son noticed that. He's like, your thing on your forehead like exploded. I'm like, nah, I got a pimple and it popped. Growing up in the 90s, I was told Florida would be underwater by now. No wonder they need kids to push this thing. Yeah, I was told New York City would be underwater. I was told there'd be no more LA. So like the ocean has risen 1/4 of an inch. I'm like, I don't even know how you measure that. You notice the way the media uses January 6th to smear Trump reporters? Yeah, they're gonna say now that they're the Taliban. It's like, hey, we should just embrace that. Texas Mujahideen. Embrace the aesthetic of the wild Texas cowboy revolutionary fighting a holy war against the secular death state. Of how the Razzies use the Reichstag burning. Exactly. You want to use it. You want to use that propaganda well. Let's turn this up. Get some music going here. Yeah. A little lower here. There we go. I have to go through this. Oh, here we go. There's a cutscene. Bring up the stick. It opens it up. Yeah, no New York City, no LA. Sad it wasn't true. Ooh. No, give me the treasure. Ooh, these guys hit hard. My guy's a blue mage right now. I think we could probably plow through them with like some summons. I'd forgotten what I was doing here. I haven't learned any blue magic yet. I have to go back through the world and like learn some blue magic. But I can dual wield apparently. We can like do 2 summons here. Like this. Maybe 2 Ramus. Let's see what that does. New name for Koof Cult is Clown Shirts. Oh, no, it's healing him. So the electricity heals him. Okay. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, my thief hits hard enough. Ouch. Oh yeah, my monk red mage here. Fun. What are your thoughts on Vic Mignogna's firing public shaming in the lawsuit that followed? You know, I didn't follow it close enough. I think he hired some incompetent lawyers, and that's why things ended up bad for him. Here's the thing about defamation lawsuits. It's actually a good example of defamation lawsuits, is that they made him go on the stand and talk about how he had sex with a prostitute at one point, I think. And that's pretty, you know, I don't really like that. And I wouldn't want to do that. So before you think about suing someone for defamation, realize that, like, basically your life's going to become very public. And that's not very fun. I don't know what Shote does, but we could try him out. Oh, it does 1. Okay. Titan. We'll do Titan and Ifrit. Let's see what that does. There's a weird little mini mage back there. He looks cute. Yeah, Vic lost. Yeah, Vic lost big time. Not only did he lose, he had to pay the defendants a bunch of money. So, yeah, you don't want to get involved in a... Oh, I guess they absorb all magic. It's okay. We'll kill him the old-fashioned way, with swords. Or miss a lot. That works too. Miss, miss, miss. Rainbow Wind! Wonder if we'll learn Rainbow Wind now. He's blind. There we go. Yeah, they made him go on the stand and talk about how he like how he had sex with a prostitute. It was just awful. You don't want to do a defamation lawsuit unless, like, you really want to, because, like, basically everything becomes usable. Like, your entire personal life can become a relevant thing. I don't think he was guilty of the accusations against him. I think this was standard Me Too stuff. And I think one of the things that has happened is... how should I put this? Most of the Me Too stuff, at this point we know, is just not really true. That a lot of people did it for attention. Like, I hate to put it that way, but I don't have any other explanation for it, really. So I don't think most of those accusations are true. But the thing is that a lot of times, you know, people act in a way that is too casual. Let's just put it that way. Like, they act too casual with a fan, and then that's what gets them in trouble, is that somebody feels uncomfortable by how they got hugged. And then it becomes, you're a sex pest because you were too casual. So I think the lesson we can learn is that you shouldn't be too casual with anybody. Fans or customers or anybody. You should be very professional all the time. You know, like Keanu Reeves never hugging or touching fans. He'll never get accused of misconduct because he's never done anything that would even approach misconduct. That's kind of like the joke with Keanu Reeves. So I think probably he acted in a casual manner, and it's easy for casual to become inappropriate and for inappropriate to become bad in this context. See if we can kill these mini mages just with attacks. Oh, they're kind of high HP. Sword dance. We have that dancing dirk that gives us all the abilities of a dancer without having to be a dancer, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the hover hand. Keanu's hover hand. Yeah, the takeaway is suing for defamation won't get you protection. Even if you win the lawsuit, you still can't work anymore. They're going to double and triple down no matter what. So, like, you really want to be careful with defamation lawsuits. It's not that you should, if you've truly been defamed and you have the ability to see it through, but basically what happened is that they did the defamation lawsuit and then they ended up on the hook for all the legal costs and stuff of the other side because they really didn't prove anything. And I think the law firm was out of Tyler, Texas, which I have some family in Tyler. I wouldn't think of like a specialist law firm being in Tyler. It'd be like, oh yeah, we hired a great law firm out of Tulare, California, or like, I don't know. I can't think of an equivalent. Like a random mid-sized town in Kansas or something. It's like we hired this from a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri, you know? It's like, what? Yeah, Tyler's not like a big town. It's not that you're going to have bad lawyers there per se. But like, if I think of a town like Fresno's still a big town. You know, there's, in the greater Fresno area, there's still like 1 million people or something. But, you know, most of your like high cost lawyers are going to be in the big urban centers like LA and San Francisco because that's where all of the cases end up going to trial. Your lawyers in Fresno are going to specialize in different things like, you know, like labor law and things that are really for that local area. Not that they won't know defamation at all. It's really just more that they... Yeah, it's not that they won't know defamation at all. It's really just that they probably don't do a lot of defamation cases. Either. Okay, there's a hole here. Okay, what does this do? Alright, something comes out of this. I followed the case for some time ago, and man, the suit wasn't very kind to the other side either. They looked so bad, too. Yeah, but, you know, probably no one's going to remember the other side all that much. We'll probably never get another Jeremy Soule Elder Scrolls soundtrack because he got Me Too'd by like a random person. And everybody's forgotten about it, but he'll probably never work in the industry again. Because he had a, quote, an inappropriate sexual relationship with some other person. Just kind of sucks. Yeah, and the main thing to come out of it is that you really have to act with a cover your ass mentality. The corporate world figured this out a long time ago, and I think the entertainment industries and video game industries are still catching up. Basically, you should never date someone in your office. You should never have any kind of tryst with them. You should never be casual with them. You should probably not go to conventions. And if you do go to a convention, you should stay by yourself in your own room and not socialize with other people, especially those in your company. And that's just the way you have to operate now if you want to be safe. That's just the way it has to be, because you never know who's going to decide that you had an inappropriate relationship with them. And the thing is, like, what's really bad about this too is that there's probably actual victims among this, and we don't really know who those are now, because the entire witch hunt situation means that you can't be reasonably certain that anybody has done anything at this point. I always have this discussion. Social defamation of the media and criminal records handed to employers are a second penalty, sometimes on innocents outside the law and judiciary. Are they just? Yeah. And like I said, even if you win the defamation suit, people are still going to remember the kid from Covington Catholic as being some racist because they don't pay enough attention to the news to know that, like, they got sued for defamation and that they doxed him and did all kinds of other awful stuff. They just don't remember it. So in the public consciousness, it's, that person is still injured and can never really fully recover. That's what really sucks. Let's try... Titan. Be free. Multi-power. Earth Fury. I was disappointed by some of the admissions Mignogna made on the stand. I had no idea that he had cheated on his fiancée, Michelle Specht. Neither did she, as it turns out. Yeah. He probably could have asserted his Fifth Amendment rights, too. I never knew Jeremy Soule worked on the Mists of Pandaria soundtrack either. Really. I was today years old when I found that out. Mop's soundtrack was incredible. So was Wad's. Wad's was really good. The soundtracks for... Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Soundtracks for WoW have been getting better over the years in a lot of cases. I mean, they've always been good, but... remember, folks, don't fall for conservative outrage marketing. That's good advice, too. Let's see if I can save some mana here. Unfortunately, we get things like Wonder Waltz, which are just not very good. I forget that with the Ranger, let's just we'll hit him with some fire. I forget that with the Ranger, you should be doing aim all the time because it increases your accuracy. Muddle. I'm not sure what that did. Made her confused. She hit herself in the face. Ouch. Dead. She killed herself. Made her commit suicide. Wow. Let's, put that down there. Ouch. Let's see if we can kill this guy quickly. Here we go. Who needs healing? Varus does. I like this music. Bum. Jitterbug. Well, thanks for healing yourself. Heal the party, Galoof. That was a weird noise. Alright. Luckily, I do have quite a few ethers, so I can probably kind of power through this. I think Titan worked good. I don't know what Remora does. Oh, we'll hit him. See what that does. Oops. Oh, dang it. Titan and Remora. I don't remember what Remora does, so we'll find out. Oddly, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard lawsuits improved Depp's image for a lot of people, including myself. The more info that comes out, the more it seems like he couldn't hurt a fly. You know, there's a lesson there, man. If you don't want to lose your fortune, don't marry and get divorced. Yeah, don't marry and get divorced. Be very careful who you marry. You know, if I were a celebrity, it's probably a good idea to just not marry another celebrity. Seems like you're really... Oops. There we go. Seems like you're really, tempting fate to marry someone like Amber Heard in general. The only people who made out good were the streamers who milked the case and the woke cultists who won court fees. Yep. Yep. I didn't pay that much attention to it because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just people love to come to the defense of somebody. And I'm like, well, we don't really know, at least ahead of time, we didn't really know if those... You know, if the accusations were real or not. We just weren't going to know that. That's how it was. I'll never judge other people's relationship. I've seen too much stuff. Especially seeing the villain being the victim twist. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably good. It's really hard. Any relationship may be so complex we don't really know what's going on, you know. So it's really hard to just read newspaper articles or something and go, oh, well, clearly. I'm starting to run out of magic here. See if there's a rest place up here. Start using potions to heal. There's another... Should open up another way forward. I don't remember if there's another chest or something over here. Problem was the way the accusations were presented. It was done on a Twitter rather than filing a formal complaint with the company or the cops. It smelled bad from the get-go. And that's the way a lot of those Me Too ones kind of pop out. Is they make, you know... Zoe, whatever her face is, you know, makes an accusation on Twitter and then disappears when that person, say, commits suicide. And, you know, that... Yeah, they disappear when the person commits suicide or, you know, whatever happens. They never actually make a legal complaint. You know, they never go through the criminal system or the civil system. Rather, they go through the court of public opinion because the point is to hurt somebody in a way that they can't really retaliate easily. And maybe the, you know, the... Whoops. Maybe the Twitter lawsuit kind of will prove to people that... Or the, you know, the Vic lawsuit will prove to people that, you know, you really, there's not a lot of recourse, even if they are engaging in, I guess, like, public, you know, PR warfare. I'm just trying to properly upgrade my CPU for the second day in a row. Now I'm fighting to have access to all 3 terabytes of my disk instead of 2. I don't remember if is there a chest hidden. Oh boy. Speed this up a little bit. Go. We'll do Titan. Let's get through this quickly here. Bye, guys. Ah, I knew it. There's treasure. 9,500 gold. Woo! Received cottage. There might be a place to rest here. I see treasure. Giant drink. Succubus. That doesn't look like a succubus to me. Does not look like a succubus to me. Here we go. What year was this game released? 1994, I think. Oh, there we go. There's a place to rest. Perfect. Let's save our game. Slot 2 there. And we will use a cottage. Next time a mildly right-wing celebrity gets canceled, any account that pushes a legal defense fund to own the libs is suspect. Yeah, and I think that the, like... I want to say that the Ty Beard, like his law firm, had some connection to, I think, Rakita Law, like a YouTuber who's also a lawyer, and like maybe pushed that relationship on Vic. That maybe not have been the best thing. Like probably he would have been better talking to like a serious PR firm in Dallas or Houston and kind of going through things that way. And they probably would have told him like whether the case could be pursued or not, because obviously they don't want to work for free. I don't know, the whole thing seemed a little bit off to me, like including a law firm from Tyler. And then to pursue the lawsuit, I guess in Dallas, or was it Dallas or Houston? I don't remember which one. Yeah, we have to police the grift a little bit better. I feel like that's what I'm kind of realizing is that whenever something bad happens to like a slightly right of center celebrity, there's a grift that happens. It's the same thing when like they release a bad show. You know, Star Wars is bad, and then there's a bunch of grift that just kind of hops on to that. And I know that I've made a bunch of Star Wars is bad videos, so maybe I'm part of that. But you know, there's channels that have been making Star Wars content since the Last Jedi every week for 4 years. You know, that's a bit much. We'll do Double Titan, why not? Do you think sympathetic portrayals of pirates may be partly due to the pirate Jean Lafitte, who was pardoned by the US government? I don't know. I think it probably has more to do with like adventure novels, portraying pirates as adventurers. Probably has more to do with like Treasure Island or something, you know, than that. Because... yeah, I think it's probably to do with... I'm not sure which one influenced the other, but it probably has more to do with pirate stories. In general, portraying pirates as adventurers. And where those pirate adventurers came from is maybe, yeah, different kinds of pirates. Maybe... who's the English one I'm thinking of? He actually became a knight, Sir... Famous privateer. You guys will tell me in the chat. I'm completely spacing on it right now. That happens. So, I think like some of those things fed into stories, but the stories probably had the bigger impact in general. I think this effect is normal, to be honest. There will always be guys who sell the gold miners shovels. Yeah, the grifters give people what they want, really. Tell them what they want to hear. And that's a good point, but that doesn't necessarily help things. Like, making Star Wars content... making Star Wars content for like years at a time doesn't make Star Wars better. It only makes Star Wars more present. I don't think I can even use that mace for anything. It doesn't make Star Wars better. It continues to help Star Wars be worse. It doesn't make anything else new better. Really, if you're going to grift, what you should do is promote something else in the meantime. And honestly, a lot of Comicsgate grifters kind of figure this out. They use that negative press to sell their bad books, but we need to sell good books. We need to sell good books instead. Whoa! It can't be! X-Death is setting the forest on fire! Whoa. Slow it down a little bit so we can hear this nice, heavy, like, Doom track. Do we have to go out this way? No. Where do we go? We go this way? Whoa! A Moogle! Koopo! In we go. Boom! Sir Francis Drake! Thank you! That's him. Exactly. You're too self-aware. So Henry Morgan, I think I remember that one too, but Francis Drake's the one I was thinking of. Absolutely. Don't ask questions. Just be outraged by product and then grift for the next product. Yeah. Let's stick around here for a while and see what happens. Kupo. Kupo. Okay. Speak English, Kupos. MP recovered. Status restored. Completely healed. Woo! But I can't go in the water, so... Wait, here's a... Nope. Kupo. Okay, where do I go then? Oh, he moved. There we go. Oh, cool. Everything's all burned up. Flame shield. I'm not using shields in this game at all. Pirates are portrayed positively for the same reason outlaw cowboys and mobsters are portrayed positively, because they look cool. I actually think it's more than looking cool. I think it's that they represent like a chaotic masculinity that's attracted to people. Long John Silver was pretty villainous. The earliest heroic fictional pirates that I could think of are Captain Blood and the Seahawk. Well, I think of the Pirates of Penzance. Was a very popular musical that portrayed... I don't know if they were portrayed heroically necessarily, but, you know, definitely portrayed them, let's say, positively. And it's been a very long time since I've seen Pirates of Penzance. Rainbow Wind. Rainbow Wind. Oh, it silenced him. He Rainbow Winded himself. Killed himself. Hope to get into the Final Fantasy games this fall season. Well, there's no wrong place to start with Final Fantasy games. They're all different. They all do their own thing. This one's fun. I like the meta of this one. The story is not as interesting to me, I guess, as other ones, I'll be honest. This guy still has blind on. I'll have to get rid of that. But I like the aesthetics. I really like the battle system. So, that's good. I'd say Final Fantasy IV is probably my favorite one, I think, to start the series with. I think that was the first one I played. But I don't know. They all have their own good qualities. Do you think Doomcock is a grifter? Yes. Yeah, I mocked his leaks when they were first happening. I'm like, this is dumb. There's no way this guy knows anything about anything. He probably got like a DM from an Anon account. I mean, I'm not going to call him a liar, but I think he was taking stuff on like 4chan and like Anon DMs way too seriously. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a bigger grifter than him, honestly. Like, talking about the same thing forever. I shouldn't say that, because I can't stand his content, so I've never really watched it more than, like, half a video. During the Last Jedi stuff, people were like, have you seen this one? I'm like, it's just the shit I said, but a month late. So why would I watch it? I don't need to watch somebody say the things that I already said. You know what I mean? I guess with better editing. I was like, I didn't think this movie was worth talking about other than to look at the camera and talk about it for like 30 minutes. Maybe I should have made like, you know, grabbed a bunch of pirated screenshots and edited together some kind of thing. But it's like, that wasn't my focus. My focus is writing books. Received Ash. I wonder what that is. Is that anything? What if I do Optimum? elf cloak. Alright. Let's get rid of the blind here. It's getting real annoying. Yeah, Final Fantasy is great because you can just kind of jump in wherever. And honestly, like, they all do have their own strengths and weaknesses. I have my favorites, I have my less than favorites. You know, a lot of people don't like Final Fantasy 13. I really enjoyed it. I think it has great gameplay, and I think it's aesthetically awesome. Final Fantasy 15 is probably... I've never finished it because I just couldn't stand it, but I'll go back and finish it soon here. Flame Saber, yes. Got a new sword. Oh. Maybe I can't use it on... Maybe I can't use it, huh? Interesting. Well, I'm not sure what class can use that, but... Turned boring when we went full in on the leeks. The leeks! Very underappreciated vegetable, I guess. There's no reason to see Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker is like hilariously bad. You know, especially the final act. It's like unintentionally like 1920s schlock. I don't think he meant it at all. It just gets so ridiculous at the end. It's hilarious. And JoJo's dead. Even if Kennedy is fired, she won't be fired, she'll retire on her terms. But even if she was fired, that's not going to fix it. Disney will just put in somebody else with the same ideas. In fact, there'll be a thing that we have to hire a woman to replace her, and then you're just going to end up with someone else that has the exact same problems. In fact, probably more problems. You know, replacing Kennedy, you're probably just going to replace her with whatever. Are you familiar with, I guess you're trying to say keto dieting? I don't do that. I've done low carb stuff various times. You know, I don't enjoy the diet. Bald monkey. Oh, bald money. Bald money. You know, that stuff's not for me. You know, I don't... if it's not a diet you enjoy, you're not going to be successful with it. I think a lot of people overrate... let's call it low-carb dieting, because that's going to incorporate... I mean, it's just... It's all the same different... It's shades of the same stuff. You know, you're reducing your carbohydrates to a very, very low level in an attempt to do something. I think people actually severely overrate how effective they are, because they lose a bunch of weight early on, because as your body uses up its carbohydrate reserves, its glycogen and stuff like that, it loses water weight. So for every gram of sugar in your body, of any kind of carb really, you have like 2 grams of water. So you hop on a low carb diet and you lose 15 pounds fairly quickly, and you're like, this diet is fire. I'm like, you know, the fat is melting off. And I guess we're going back to the village. Get these guys with double summon. Double Titan, you guys are dying very quickly, Bald Monies. Oh, thank you, Infamy. I have to go, but I'll catch the rest of the stream later when you upload. Thanks. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. My theory is that Kathleen Kennedy has proof that Spielberg is a sex pest. It is blackmailing them. It's a fun conspiracy theory, but I doubt it's true. I think it's probably just she worked her way up the corporate ladder, and this is where it is, and she's made some money with them, and that's just where things are now. I don't have time for this back attack. I think I'll stay at the end, but I think we're supposed to go back somewhere else. Outrage bids against Disney is grifting, but it could be potentially good independent work. Yeah. Yeah, I've said before, if I make content about Lord of the Rings, it's going to be for Machiavellian reasons. I'm gonna promote my own crap. How many ethers do I have? I have 24. Let's buy 10 more. You never have too many ethers. Buy a potion. Let's buy 3 of those. I have softs, yeah. Eye drops. Let's buy 10. They're cheap. Make sure we have a lot of them. Spielberg said Kennedy was horrible at her job as a secretary, but was great at listening and interrupting people, so he kept her around. Yeah, that's what I said I would do. I mean, I might do it still. I don't know what, I mean, I guess I could do it for Dune as well. Like, I do have science fiction stuff I could promote. That would be fine to promote. I remember Spielberg quote about how Kennedy asked him, why does Indy wind up with the girl? Why doesn't he get the dog instead? These Bald Monies are really... These guys are no joke. So let's just do that Titan roll. Still don't know what Shote does. I think the theory is true because Spielberg was in Epstein's Island multiple times. I don't know about that. There's been like a lot of little, you know, conspiracy theories about that too. With Tom Hanks, I think. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Sound Engraver. What are your creative goals for this fall season? Just to, like, get the stuff out that I still haven't gotten out for the year. I realized that I've lost about 2 months worth of normal productive time due to a lot of the things that have been happening in life. Either traveling or doing stuff like that. You know, I may have to travel to Texas again. My grandmother's not doing that great. She's definitely suffering with more dementia. I don't know how long she'll be around, so probably have to do another trip there at some point. Actually, let's just see what one Titan does. Oh, that does a lot of damage. Alright. There we go. Nerdrotic now refuses to watch any new Star Wars content. I still need to do that Return of the Jedi review. I still haven't done that. I was going to do it like around the time of Rise of Skywalker, but I just ran out of time, you know. And then I wanted to not do even talk about Star Wars for like a whole year, you know. Figured that would be good. Oh, I guess they're vulnerable to arrow. That's good. I read the 6th Dune in college and preferred the first 3 books. They're very different. Like, I think it's okay. I tell people, you know, it's okay to read the first book, start the second, and then decide to quit. It really is. Because they only get weirder and, like, more strange after that. Chapter House Dune doesn't even really feel like an ending. I don't think it was, actually. Whoa, Mini. There we go. You know, they're I don't think it's easy to translate them to screen, either. There we go. So many battles here. See if we can get away with one summon here. I've read a couple of the DeCamp Conan books. I have a few on the shelf. I don't remember which ones, right off the top of my head, were his. But I have a couple of them. God Emperor of Dune I thought was pretty cool, actually. Heretics in Chapter House Dune were written because Frank's wife was dying and he bought a beachfront house for her, so he kept going to afford it. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, God Emperor of Dune's pretty weird and cool, though. I think I do like that one. That's the one where, like, he's the sandworm and he's prescient and all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's another chest. Empty. Okay. As far as Conan goes, I do recommend that you start with, like, the actual Howard Conan. There's a couple of collections you can get. One's called The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian, and the other one is I don't remember what the other one is called. Maybe we should hang out here a while. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go next, though. With like, one thing I will say that's kind of negative about this game is that like a lot of times you really don't know what you're supposed to do next. It's like not apparent at all. And this is like one of those places where I'm like, I really don't know where I'm supposed to go. Is it the Bloody Crown of Conan? Might look it up. Let's see where my job levels are at. Level 3, level 2, level 5. We're almost master. We're not almost, but we're getting there. Let's see. Because there's a gap in the north here somewhere that I missed. I had to go look at the walkthrough because I'm like, is there a gap? The encounter rate is so high here. It's just like annoying. I can't explore at all. Let's go back to live chat. The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian and the Bloody Crown of Conan. Is there like a gap? Oh. Well, at least we're leveling up. So we're leveling up. Do you think that fantasy can become an endogenous genre? What I mean is the one that derives its content from the same inspirational works. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. Fantasy as a genre actually is not, like, really a genre, even. I think it was J.D. Cowan was talking about this. Like, like, it actually doesn't make sense as a genre because, like, the kinds of stories that are in it don't have anything in common with each other. Some are mythic, some are romance, some are something else, you know? Some are thrillers. It's like, what it has in common, I guess, is that it's not in our world, but that's a setting and not really a genre. So, and I remember having this problem trying to tell people, like, what a fantasy setting was years ago. And they're like, well, the fantasy genre has this and that. I'm like, I'm not talking about genre. I'm talking about the setting for your story. You know? It's like about the setting of the story. The genre itself is a little bit schizophrenic, I guess. Thank goodness we have, like, the turbo speed here. This would be, like, unbearable. Oh, it triggers a cutscene. Look there!
The Elder's Tree, the protector of the seal. The branch.
Alright, here we go. More monsters. Learned like no blue magic in here. Let's just Titan. Ah, he's dead. How good are the 1980s Conan comics? Some of them are new stories. There's some retellings. It's a mixture. I liked them, like Savage Sword of Conan, Conan the Barbarian. The John Buscema stuff's really good. Definitely worth a look if you have the time or inclination.
What are these? Seal creatures? Here they come.
Oh, great. Hold on. Okay. We gotta fight these guys. And they're like immune to everything. Alright. I have like the wrong classes here. I didn't realize there was a boss fight, so oh well. Just like double heal and I guess like pound our way through it here. And the summons might go through, though. Actually, I'll try that. I'll try the summons. It's weird little ice crystal things. I think they all have, like, a ridiculous amount of health, though. Here, let's just, let's go wild here. Try they have different absorbs. We'll try Double Titan. Okay, yeah. See, that'll work. And then we could just like spam magic on couple of these guys and just like worry about taking down one at a time. And we'll just heal as we go. Just like whittle them down here. do double. I don't know what Shote does, and we could try it out. Let's do double Titan. So that'll work. That'll do a lot of damage, and we're just not worried about damaging the guy on the bottom right now. We'll do him like last, or you know, at some other point in here. Aqua Ray, ooh. Ooh, that was bad. Oh, he's dead. Let's do the double Titan again. Oh, no, we're dead. Oh, that's it. Game over. Just like that. I didn't save at the village, did I? We lost a lot of progress. Oh well, it's probably about time to call it then. We do maybe a better combination when we come back. Now that I know what I'm doing, this actually wouldn't be that hard to get back to where we were. So let's just do it. Lost a lot of experience, but that's not that big a deal. Sometimes bad writing can be educational, I think. Yeah. Let's use a cottage real quick. Turbo speed. Get through all this again. I can't hit anything here. Counter rate here is so ridiculous. Dumb little imps. There we go. Do you think you could fix the Star Wars sequels by only changing the dialogue? Probably not, because the plot is nonsensical as well. Going the wrong way, huh? You heard of the mundane science fiction movement? It's a movement that promotes sci-fi without time travel, FTL travel, humanoid aliens, and other scientific improbabilities. Sounds like more egghead science fiction that nobody likes. People like the fantastical elements of science fiction, that's why it sells. So if you want to avoid those, you can, but you just... What's the point of the genre at that point? Yeah, it sounds boring. Oh, great. Put old on him. Old, huh? I don't know what old does. Getting sapped here, though. I'm familiar with The Martian by Andy Weir. Yes, I haven't read it, though. Oh, God, these imps. Get out of here, imps. Come on. At least we're getting a lot of ability points here. Time travel, yeah, definitely should be used less. Get through all this again. Also, Carl Sagan complaining about the amount of humans in Star Wars is dumb. He argues that other planets couldn't produce humans with no proof. Yeah, just walk around here, and then a Moogle will pop out, right? There he is. Kupo! Okay, move out of the way. Okay, there he goes. I have to talk to him each a couple times, I guess. Flame shield. I like how the background changes just to regular non-burned forest. A long time we thought flying machines were impossible, and then we made them. It's true. Bye, Felicia. Oh my gosh. We gotta get rid of the blindness on everybody. There we go. I think I'm going to change my jobs around here. Let's go ahead and create a save state. What are your thoughts on mining bad books and movies as a source of good but botched ideas? I don't do that. I come up with my own ideas. I don't do that. But there's a certain truth there, which is just that, you know, the bigger problem is not the idea, it's really the execution. Alright, let's give him a really good job that's going to make this easy. We could do Dragoon. We could go to like Master Ninja, or we could do like a Thief. Samurai, could like do dual wielding samurai. Why don't we try? I think Thief. Like level 0 on Thief. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, maybe level 3. Yeah. All right. We'll do Thief, and then we can do 2 swords. There we go. The guy's gonna hit hard. Potion. Do I have tonics? I do. Sweet. Alright, there we go. And we'll keep Ferris as a hunter. I don't think she has rapid fire yet. No. It's good. We're gonna do good with this combo here, I think. Here we go. Oh, John Del Rose got justified from how badly they botched Force Awakens. I don't see a lot of parallels there, but I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to try to mine other people's ideas in bad movies. But you never know. You know, most of the time it's really bad execution, not like a bad idea. This is why people will like try to call people like me up and say, I had this. Oh, my daughter's screaming. I had this idea for a book. You know, you'll write it and then we'll split it 50-50. I'm like, nah. Ideas are cheap, man. It's the execution that counts. Let's get past this part. Alright, here we go. Boss battle. Let's try this again. Let's see what this guy has. Steal. Couldn't steal. Do a physical attack real quick. Do some damage. Double Titan. See how this works. Ghost riding is actually a big business. I said, maybe there's nothing to steal here. Temp Tango, that doesn't do anything. Gotta be healing a lot in this fight. 2x, we'll do... Titan and... Sylph. Sylph really didn't heal that much. And he can do like 2,000 damage around, which is pretty good, I'd say. There we go. We got one down. He's dead. The red. Secure our guys that we have here. Getting pumped up. So we can actually go raise him and cure 2 everybody. Oh, that's pretty weak. Like, he doesn't... Okay. Alright, that's pretty weak. The cure doesn't go through until afterwards. Hit pretty hard. We'll do cure 2. And then we can do what? What's this guy down here? Let's try Shoat and see what Shoat does. Some healing going on here. Demon Eye. Wow, he, like, killed everyone. That's interesting. Wow, that didn't do anything like I thought it would do. Alright, we're dead. Boom! Let's load this state. Try it one more time. Why are dwarves a fantasy race when they exist in real life? They're different as a fantasy race. They're from Norse mythology. Learn monster special attacks. That's kind of cool. It's cool that I can do that. Check. We have that automatically. I guess probably we'll just do that because we're not going to use anything else there. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Mage Slasher. Did we lose our thing here? We want the Elf Cloak. The Elf Cloak. And... yeah. Eye drops. Potion. Tonic. Alright, I think we're ready to go here. Let's try this again. Did you watch the movie Ghost Rider? I don't know if I... Oh, yeah! Brosnan and McGregor. I did. That was a Roman Polanski movie, wasn't it? I think that was a Roman Polanski movie. Where he was like writing in something about the CIA as the first letter of each line in the book. The Ghost Rider before who disappeared. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna create another save state. See if we can get this boss done. Speed this up a little bit. Alright, let's try again. Here we go. Oh yeah, that ninja damage! Galoof, you can just heal. Double Titan is good though too. We'll do Double Titan. Cause that'll start knocking down 3 of these guys. Yeah, I remember that one. I liked it. I don't like Roman Polanski as a person, but the movie was good. We need some healing here. Do I have Cure 3? I can't do it. Ooh. We're gonna have to like triple cure here. We use our red magic to cure. Oh no, no! Oh, that's it. We're dead. Ah! All right, we're gonna have to call this one. It's getting too late. All right, I appreciate everybody stopping by. I'll get this guy figured out. It's probably not that hard. It's just like a, I'm probably doing it the correct way. So, anyway, all right, I will. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good one. Have a good rest of your day, and. I don't know. Take it easy. I don't think there's anything else.